Welcome to Caribbean Bird Stories. I can barely stay still in my seat. Last season, I had my first Caribbean dad featured on the podcast, and it was really refreshing hearing his perspective on pregnancy, birth, and parenthood. Naturally, I thought, why not feature another Caribbean father this season? Truth be told, with at the risk of sounding slightly stalkerish, I had my eyes on nabbing an interview with one particular father. Reason being, he appears to successfully balance his career and family life while living under intense public scrutiny. Not only is he a Caribbean father of three beautiful children and doting husband to his wife of 9 years, soon to be 10, he is an elite athlete who skillfully represents our region, as well as being a part of some of the most successful teams internationally. He is the epitome of what it means to be West Indian. Please welcome the current captain of the West Indies T20 and One-day international cricket squad, Kieron Pollard. Some of his more notable accolades include captain of the Trinbago Knight Riders team in the CPL, the first cricketer for the West Indies to play in 100 T20 international matches, and the second longest standing West Indian cricketer in the Indian Premier League with the most successful team, the Mumbai Indians. I covered everything.
Everything.
Hi, Kieron. How are you?
I'm all right. Thank you for having me and for that wonderful introduction.
No, you're most welcome. So on TV, when I'm watching cricket, I normally say Pollard, right? I'm like, Pollard, oh gosh, catch the ball, da, 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 right? So I may go between Kieron and Pollard. I
And
hope you
that's
don't
fine. That's
mind.
okay.
Okay. And then, of course, people call you Polly too. So there'll be a mix of.
Whichever one is easier for you.
I will. Okay, good. All right. So we're going straight into it. As a young man growing up in Trinidad, right? Did you ever have dreams of becoming a father, having children?
Yes, of course. Growing up in a home where obviously I have my mom, my stepdad. Didn't know my father from the start. He
Okay.
left when I was a two and a half. He saw the struggles of my mom, and going through that. I always wanted to have a family of my own, and one of the things is that having a family of my own, but being there, for my kids, being there, for my family, and I was able to, sort of realize my dream, at a very very early age,
Yeah.
and it's still continuing as we speak.
Yes. And so would you say your journey to fatherhood was a smooth one in the sense that after you got married, how quickly did you guys have,
Well, fortunately and unfortunately, in Caribbean terms, our first kid came before we were married, actually,
okay.
before we were officially married. So um, I was about 22 at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So, he came into existence. At that point in time, I had just started to, sort of travel, a
Mm-hmm.
lot.
Yes.
Jenna was in New York, and I was back and forth, playing cricket around the Caribbean, around the world.
Right.
And I had some time off, I guess, when he was conceived at that point in time. So, I was
Right.
a bit on a holiday, and, things
Mm-hmm.
happened from there.
Yes. But what was your first thought then that came to mind when you realized, okay, Jenna is expecting, we're going to have a baby? What was your initial reaction?
Um, Funnily enough, I was excited, and
Mhm.
looking forward to it. But it was more of a sort of a fright because before that she had gotten pregnant, and earlier was a sort of a miscarriage, which is
Mhm.
normal these days, as we say. Normally that used to be a secret, but
Right.
so it was more of a sort of fright and hoping and wondering if everything is going to run smoothly.
Yes.
So just like in anything else, kept praying, sticking to one another, making sure everything is okay. And as the days go by and the months go by, the belly started to rise. The doctors were very very impressed with what they were seeing.
Mhm.
And then, as I said, 9 months later, I was there.
Right. But before we get to 9 months later, in Trinidad, we love to give advice. In the Caribbean, we love to give advice. So when you found out you're expecting, and you told and you started sharing with people, this is what's going to happen, did you receive any particular words of wisdom or just maybe pecan, I don't know, what, like your teammates, your family?
Well, well, they obviously, get it. A young man like you bringing a kid into this world, you think you're
Mm-hmm.
ready for that. You'll be
Mm-hmm.
able to sustain, the baby, the
Mm-hmm.
innocent child coming into this world, you have to be there. These
Mm-hmm.
sort of things. Obviously from your teammates and stuff, and I said there, lockdown, you can't see her again. You
Right,
know,
right.
on Friday nights, you'll have to be making bottles and changing pampers.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that.
Right.
But it was good. It was good all the same. Obviously, you'd have seen different people at different times. Having pregnant other halves or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I was pretty much excited, and just took everything on board, took everything with a smile, and
Right.
gave back the pecan where I can at different
Yes.
times. I even remember we were in a tournament in India in September, October, and I told them, "Come on, fellas, we have to win it. Belly is
Mm-hmm.
big, pampers and milk are going up daily, so we need the cash."
Yes, yes. So, and that's a good segue because I wanted to ask you if you were present for the births of all your children.
Um, nope, nope. I wasn't there for the first two. I was there for the last one in 2019
Okay.
in May, and he came right after the IPL as well. So that was a
Right.
free time. So he's a
Mm-hmm.
lot. He has been the lucky one. He has gotten basically sort of
Most
everything.
attention.
So and then from 2019, then the pandemic and everything. So he actually got a lot of time.
Right.
Whereas my first son, Kaiden, I
Mm-hmm.
was in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
She was in New York.
Right.
I was playing there. Got my first contract in Australia. So it's a decision that we sort of had to make in terms of me being there for the boat or me playing cricket. Obviously, being 22, which one is more important at that point in time? And
Mm-hmm.
together we made the decision that she'll handle it. Her family is with her. She'll be fine.
Right.
Just kept in contact on a regular basis, and yeah, he came in January
Mm-hmm.
20th. I
Mm-hmm.
finished my tournament about the 18th, so I flew straight to New York. When I
Mm-hmm.
got there, I was only there for 2 days because I left Australia and I had to fly to New York and then fly all the way back to Australia after 2 days because the West Indies were going to play a tour there.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was my journey, for the birth to see, my
Yeah.
son, after a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
After a couple of weeks.
Wow. So, what did you do in those 2 days? Like, did you sleep
Well,
at all?
in that I got to sleep.
Mhm.
Obviously being jet lag and stuff like that, but just being there, being around, holding them. I have a phobia for holding babies at that age, so we
Right.
basically just sit there. And I put him on me and I held him and I said, "Okay, come, take him now."
Yeah, no, I understand that. So,
So that was for him, and then for
and your daughter?
Janaya,
Yeah.
I was actually in Barbados playing just pulling up to a CPL game when I got the
Okay.
call that we went into labor, and just as before I tossed for Barbados, I got the call
Mm-hmm.
that baby is born, everyone is healthy. That was good. So I went and I
Oh,
played that game. Um,
tell
we
me
had
a
a
one.
we had a 5-day break after, so I
Uh-huh.
flew from Barbados to New York
Mm-hmm.
again, and obviously spent a couple of days again. Same procedure, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
This time you have a little son and a baby, so I can hold my little son. He's good. He's what's 4 years, 3 years, so he's
Right.
good. Press the baby on top of me. Same procedure again. Spent a couple of days. Then I was back onto the grind, back to St. Lucia to play, to finish the tournament. So yeah, for the
Mm-hmm.
first two I wasn't there, and then for the last one, as I mentioned earlier, IPL had finished, and he came in May, on the 28th of May. So I actually spent the last, say, 2 weeks and a half with her, with a big belly.
Right, right.
Took her to the hospital and stuff like that. And was there for his birth.
Okay, so I'm sure the other fellas out there want to know. Did you look?
No, um, the last one she had C-section, so obviously I
Okay.
went behind, and I was happy. I was happy for that because I'm big and strong and muscular, yes, but I can't see blood.
Oh Lord. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So obviously with that, you have the big blind in front and
Yes.
or
Yes.
whatever. But there's the whole perspective of a woman giving birth,
Mm-hmm.
to a child. That in itself it's an experience.
Mm-hmm. How did you feel like the lead up to, and we're talking about your third child, your son, last son, and the lead up to going into the hospital, what were your emotions, your thoughts during that period of time, since it's the first time you're experiencing it firsthand, even with your third child?
Yeah, I was nervous, more
Hmm.
nervous and anxious than facing someone who's going 90 miles an hour on
Right.
the other end, because you don't know what to expect. They would have briefed you as to what they're going to do and how it's going to be and all of that.
Yeah.
But you still don't know what to expect. You hear all sorts of things happen, sort of during childbirth, and you
Hmm.
start to think about the future. If something is to happen here now, if something is to happen to your wife, something to happen to the baby, what's going to happen, how it's going to affect yourself, the family, the kids, everybody. So
Right.
it was all of that happening all before when you went and tried to hook up to the machines and all these things.
Hmm.
It was just like, okay, but just like anything else, it happened so quickly. To me, it didn't have much chance, to think.
Right.
Um, so after we went in, and then in 2 2s, you hear the cry. That's it already.
That's
That
yes.
yeah. So I
Okay.
didn't get to see the push and the pain and the cry and
Right.
what you see on the TV when they squeeze the hand and they cursing you and why did you do this? And no, I didn't get that.
Okay, okay. Now, having had these lovely children, would you say fatherhood has changed you as a person?
I wouldn't say it has changed me. I think it has helped me
Okay.
as a person, as an individual. Having my first kid at 22, I said, knowing my personal background, it gave me a
Mhm.
sense of sort of belonging, a sense of that every time that I step onto that cricket field or whatever I'm doing for work, that I'm not only doing it for myself, but I have to do it for an innocent, human being, my wife, my family, at
Mhm.
that point in time. Um, so it was like everything that I'm doing is a sense of purpose.
Yeah.
I'm not just doing it. So it helped me in terms of to be responsible from
Hmm.
a very, very, young age. And maybe it has helped, not maybe, it has actually helped me in my cricket career in terms of being able to focus on the job at hand and not take on a lot of things that, happens on the peripherals of the international sport.
Right. And, we must speak about cricket. I mean, we can't not talk about cricket, right? As an international sportsman, how do you cope with the expectations of fatherhood, being away from your children so often? So, like, from our listeners and viewers, right now you're in quarantine in India, preparing for IPL season. So the family is back home and you're there by yourself. How do you cope with these expectations of fatherhood?
Um, to be honest, it's difficult, but credit credit must go to Jenna and
Mhm.
her family, and a bit of my family as well as to how things have spanned out. They have, sort of, I look at it, some of them sacrificed a lot, for myself to be able to be free from all the demands that come with family, fatherhood, and these things, and give me the opportunity to sort of solely focus on what I need to do, what I need to accomplish, understanding that it is going to be for a short time,
Right.
right? It's going to be demanding. It is demanding in terms of not being there, but
Mhm.
making the kids understand and everybody understand the sacrifice that we are making is for all of us. So
Right.
every opportunity that we get, for the kids to travel or for us to travel as a family, we do that.
Mhm.
This year, as we speak here, with the pandemic and everything, I have left home on the 2nd of January at the start of this year. I
Mhm.
only got back in the end of February. I
Mhm.
spent basically less than 2 weeks at home, and then I'm here again, by
Right.
myself. So, these are the things that we go through. For, say, for instance, 12 months of the year, I'm basically out for about 10 combined, with the two
Mhm.
months in between with different things. So
Spread out, yeah.
she has taken on a lot, from
Mhm.
that aspect of it. The kids understand, what I do when they travel and they're around, they see and they understand and they know. So
Mhm.
that's a lot easier. So we don't have all the emotions that daddy's going. ever so often when I'm away for a long time and then I go home for a longer period of time, it kicks in for a couple of
Mm-hmm.
days, but then they understand and we tell them the days of, okay, I'm going to be away for these days, but at this juncture, they're going to come,
Yeah.
or mommy's going to travel, mommy's going to leave you home, just to be with daddy a little bit and come back, and then she'll come back, and then all of you will go and things like
Right.
that. So we give it to them so they know and they understand rather than try to hide and
Yes.
bob and weave as to, yeah, he's coming tomorrow and it's not tomorrow and things
Right.
like that.
Oh, that's excellent. I mean, I think the children of this generation, they're not going to believe any kind of like
Yeah,
white lie.
yeah,
They know the realities of what's going on. We have to give them a lot more credit. So it's good for you and, Jenna, that you guys tell them up front and, so they have an idea of what the schedule is, what the expectations can be as well. So, and then I know back in maybe a couple years ago, you have a wonderful team in the Mumbai Indians. In that, I think I heard that they sent a private jet for you and the family. Is that true?
um yes, during the pandemic, 2020, yeah, I think
Hmm.
it was, yeah, 2020. Obviously we had to travel, again being precautionary and wanting to have myself across there safe and sound, understanding it's a pandemic, understanding the need for company and
Yeah.
family. They have been wonderful, over the
Mhm.
last 12 years, I've played for them.
Mhm.
They have been wonderful. They understand family, they understand human needs, they understand international sports, and they do things and put things in a way so we as the individuals, we just have to focus on trying to perform and win titles, for them. And I think that's the way, you compromise in every way. And the most we can do as individuals is give our best and try to produce trophies. It's not going to happen all the time,
Right.
but the effort is there. So we got the opportunity as a family to enjoy the as we say, the finer things in life,
Yes. Yes.
the things we see on the television and all these movies and stuff like that. And it was a good experience because all of us got the opportunity to enjoy it,
Right.
at the
Hmm.
same time. And the kids were pretty happy, and
Of course.
nothing more than seeing them smiling and just being relaxed.
Hmm.
So yeah, that was good.
Okay.
Really really appreciated that.
So that's the positive side of it. But given the current climate that we're in right now, where public figures such as athletes and singers and actors, they're using their platform to bring awareness to issues such as institutionalized social injustices, right? In your participation in international cricket, so where, be it with the West Indies, big IPL, Big Bash, have you personally experienced any degree of institutionalized racism while plying your trade?
Um, Maybe I'm a bit, say for instance, naive to it, or I
Hmm.
don't pay much attention to it because sometimes I'm so focused on what I have to do.
Right.
I've had instances, like even on a cricket field, people in the stands, saying things directly to myself, but
Right.
so strong-minded and mentally in that aspect of it, I just ignore it because I know it's nothing that I can do, and I also know that if I react more often than not, no matter who's in the wrong, I will be more wrong, as we'll
Yeah.
say.
Yes.
So better just ignore it. Some things, yes, you can't ignore, but that is something that I've embedded in myself. That listen, you're gonna get it because you see it, you hear it,
Hmm.
you even feel it. But
Right.
how do you sort of react to it, in different things, and sometimes in selections, in
Mm.
contracts. Some people gets the edge because of, and
Mhm.
for me, as I said, I'm naive to it, but I know it and I see it, and I just say, you know what, it is what it is. It's the
Mhm.
way of the world. Can I alone change this? No, but I'll
Right.
do my part quietly or however I need to do it in order for it to not happen to me and get out of, say for instance, out of control
Right.
in that sense. But yes, I have seen it, I've felt it, I've
Okay.
been in situations, and you see it, and to me, I'm appalled by it because I look at it as you cut me, I cut you, you get blood, and at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you're on
We
this
both
you're on this
bleed
earth for a
red.
short time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, having reflected on your experience as a father, what is one piece of advice you wish you received as an expectant father? So, back when you were 22, expecting your baby, what kind of advice you wish you got? So, maybe that pair fathers now who are expecting can utilize that information.
I don't think that there are any that I should have gotten because I, sort of, I'm an individual who likes to learn, who likes
Right.
to watch things and see things. So I sort of pick up on a lot of different things and have a lot of internal sort of thinking and whatever. So I know what is necessary. I know what is needed. I know what I have to do in certain parts. I know my role, my responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
like that. So, and then it's not like I needed or wanted any piece of advice. So
Okay.
it's not like that. But what I would just simply say for me, for my being to expectant fathers and young
Mm-hmm.
people is that at the end of the day, it's a innocent human being you're bringing into this world that is corrupted by all sorts. And the most that you can do is try to be there and try to
Mm-hmm.
lay and have the foundation so they can be the best that they can be as individuals and a human being.
Yeah.
So that's how I would look at it. You being there and being that role model and showing them right from wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Let them understand the world. But because as we speak, things change. We have social
Mm-hmm.
media, the technology is going
Yes.
crazy. The kids are more technologically inclined than yourself, you
Mm-hmm.
know, at this present juncture. So, just try to be there and give them that foundation so they can understand life.
Right.
And that's the best that you can do because you see when they're absent parents, absent fathers in kids' lives, it plays a big role. Yes, when
Mm.
they get to a certain age, it becomes choices.
Right.
But, in the lead up to that and the foundation, you see the different patterns of behaviors in kids who grew up in homes with mothers and fathers, mothers alone, fathers alone, or
Mm-hmm.
a troubled home and stuff like that. So just try to be there. You're ready, doing the good time, and you having a good time as an adult. The most that you can do is accept your consequences as you
Mm-hmm.
say it, and
Mm-hmm.
try to give them the best foundation so they can be one step better than yourself or help in society to be a better person.
Right. Lovely. And do you have a special message for Jenna? Because right now she's like about to receive the order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
She should. She should. Um, no, but for me, just continue to support. The career is not going to be for a long time, as we have spoken about in numerous times. I'm actually getting down in age. I'm starting to get a couple of gray hairs that I'm not really happy about. But let's use it as wisdom. But
Mm-hmm.
continues to support and hopefully at the end of everything we can sort of continue to reap the rewards and the benefits of all the sacrifices and that our kids can grow up to be great human beings. They can grow up to be even better than their dad, better than their mom, and we can
Mm-hmm.
continue to live sort of happily ever after. And just try to enjoy what we have been brought on this earth to do, whatever that is at this point in time. So continue to support and hopefully one day again I'll be washing some dishes in the sink and cleaning the house at some point in time. No.
All right. All right. We heard that. This is live. So we'll be keeping holding you to that one. Um, and any message to the children? Because I mean, like the youngest one, he's not, I don't know if he's going to even listen to this, but maybe down the road he may want to listen. Do you have any messages for them?
No, to the kids, just continue to be who you are. Mommy and daddy will always be there to support, whatever you want to achieve in life. We'll try to be there to lay that foundation and continue to love you all. Again, Kieron said he wants to be the better Pollard. So
Ooh.
yeah, I wish him all the luck in that. I'll continue to give him some, as I say, Trini Picong as we go along. It's not going to be easy, but
Right.
I'll wish for him to, whatever he decides to do, be
Mhm.
good at it. Janaya, she's my number one. Jenna knows that. So she's my, daddy's little girl,
Right.
daddy's little princess. So whatever she wants to do, and Kylan, again, he's everything the other two wasn't. So,
Mhm.
you take him with a pinch of salt, but we all love them. We all love them. Same.
Okay, great. Now, we're not finished because I couldn't let this interview end without having a little bit of fun with you. So here's my spin on the hot seats. I don't know if you ever watch Ellen or any of those shows. I mean, like, I don't know when you would have time to do that anyway, but you know, but this is going to be called In the Nets. So for our listeners and viewers who are not cricket fans, tell us a little bit about what you do in the nets, like in general as a cricketer.
In the nets, obviously, you practice your craft, you want to get better at it.
Mhm.
Sometimes you play, as you say, you play the fool, as
Okay,
well. You just enjoy yourself.
right.
But
So,
the nets is basically to sharpen up your skills and
right.
your craft.
Perfect. So I'm going to be bowling and you're going to be the batsman in the nets, right? So I'm
Nice
going to
close.
be right. So I'm aiming for that one stump that's there, right? And you're trying to hit it out of the park. Okay.
Okay.
So my questions are not going to be easy. And I want you to give me that first response. Don't think about it. Who feelings go get hurt? None of that.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we're starting easy. Your favorite country to travel to and why?
I like South Africa.
South Africa.
South
Okay. Why?
Africa, I find it, it's multicultural,
Mm-hmm.
despite their own problems.
Right.
But in terms of, being able to move around, I feel that the Caribbean, you can go to the party, there's the beaches, then
Mm-hmm.
there's safaris, different things to do. So, yeah, so
Right.
far has been South Africa.
Okay. The meal that you would never say no to, even if your belly full. You will never say no to this.
Macaroni pie, sweet chicken, and potato salad.
Wow. It's a lot of starch.
Correct is right.
All right. What is the hardest part about your job?
Hardest part about my job
Mm-hmm.
is people criticizing the things that we do by not understanding the dynamics of what it entails.
Yes. Okay. So we're getting into the hard ones now, huh? Sabina Park, Jamaica, or Kensington Oval, Barbados?
Which one?
Kensington.
That's which one I rather play or
Yeah.
I rather not play.
How? That's the question. Sabina Park, Jamaica, or Kensington Oval, Barbados?
Give me
Question.
Sabina Park. Give me Sabina Park, Jamaica.
All right. Any reason why?
No, they hostile, but but they but they appreciate good cricket, despite who you are,
Okay.
despite being the opposition. Yeah.
Right. Okay. What's something you're looking forward to? Anything, but something you're looking forward to.
Um, just enjoy that one day when you don't have to think about nothing and just do nothing and just be there, but everything else is taken care of.
Yeah. Okay. If we could turn back the hands of time, right? Which player would you have wanted to bat with? Listen, Brian Lara or Sachin Tendulkar, and why?
Well, you see,
Mm-hmm.
for me to answer that, I
Mm-hmm.
batted with both.
You did?
Yeah,
You did?
correct is right.
Oh wow! My research
Sa-
was bad.
Sachin played for Mumbai Indians.
Yeah, I know you played for Mumbai Indians, but I didn't realize you were there. Okay.
Yes, he was my first captain at Mumbai Indians.
Oh, look at that. Okay, well, I have to
And
ask
Brian
another question.
and Brian
Uh-huh.
was my first captain. He selected me for international cricket in 2007 in the World Cup.
Oh, wow. So you
Correct is
have
right.
played with them, but did you actually bat with them? Any of them?
Yeah, I didn't bat with Blair and West Indies, but I batted for Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, good. You educated me there. See, you can't trust Google, You can't trust Google. If you had to just pick one to make your team, now this is Bacchanal right here. If you had to pick one to make your team, who would you choose? Sunil Narain or Dwayne Bravo?
Yeah.
Just one.
I just one.
Just one.
Dwayne Ryan.
No, you cannot. That is
Ah,
not a person. Nope. Mm-mm. You have to choose one.
right?
Mm.
Bravo. That emotional wreck, bravo.
All right. So without letting out too many of your secrets now, the spin bowler you fear the most.
That's fine. I can say it now. He's done. But time will later
Oh, okay.
on.
Okay, fine, fine. Okay. Okay, one thing your fans do not know about you and they wouldn't be able to find on Google. The one thing.
One thing.
And probably only Jenna knows this about you.
That I sometimes take off my clothes and throw it to the side of the bed.
Oh gosh, okay. Well, who are you leaving the clothes there for, Pollard? Who are you leaving?
Well, you see, the thing about it, in time it'll pick up. So if I see it, I pick it up. Or if I don't see it and she sees it before me, she'll
Right.
quarrel and then pick it up. But it's not for her to pick up. But
Right.
it just happens. You just be lazy. You just come on.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like the laundry basket might be close by.
Yeah, but that's a bad habit.
Yeah. Don't worry, you're not alone in that bad habits. But anyway, all right, we didn't do so bad. That wasn't too bad.
Easy.
Easy.
I thought you had other questions in that.
You really thought so? No, I really don't want to get you into trouble, so I try to keep it as much as I can PG-13.
Yeah.
But I must say a huge thank you to Ronald Rogers for all his work as the West Indies strength and conditioning coach over the past 2 decades and for connecting us to have this amazing interview. So thank you. I mean, I wish you and your family continued blessings and success as you continue to steer not only the West Indies team, but the region back to its rightful position on the world stage. I know it's a mammoth task, but you've proven that your shoulders are broad enough, you are strong enough, and in the words of Sizzler, they can't keep a good man down.
Always keep a smile and they want me to frown.
There we go.
That.
So, but before we go, I like to ask my guests to choose a song that's representative of their journey to fatherhood. So, is there a song that comes to mind when you think of your journey?
There's many songs that I sort of like, but in terms of my journey, not really. Right now, I just like Tommy Lee's Redemption song.
Okay, I don't know that song, but okay.
Yes.
No.
You don't really know my story. You don't even know me. The stage is
My husband will be very disappointed, but I will go and listen for it after.
Yeah. But then it's either that or just the same one I sang when I won the against England. That has been, in all honesty, that has been my sort of motto. So you can use that one. So
Okay.
I can keep a good man down because again, coming through the ranks, of West Indies and all that happens in the internal, islands.
Yes.
They tend to try to always, no matter what you do, it's like just continue, keep doing that, and no matter the situation I found myself in, I use that song. You can't keep a good man down, because I know what I'm doing. It's, as I said at the start, it's for the family, it's for myself, it's to be someone in society, and that's all it is. There's no malice and all the other things that comes with it that they think. And I'm just like that, so we can use that one. So use that can't keep a good man down.
Okay, great. It was perfect, and congratulations on that win as well, that home series win. It was fabulous. Unfortunately, I don't get it all here because in the US, I'm not sure. I have to get Willow and
get Willow, yeah.
Anyway, but yeah. So maybe the West Indies might change that, and we can get it on ESPN sometimes. Well, actually, some things are on ESPN, but
some are on ESPN, some are on Willow. It's like even the test series now, I think is on ESPN, but it's according to how they do their stuff. So yeah, and to this and that one.
And of course, I am hoping that you have a successful season with the Mumbai Indians. All the best.
Thank you.
And maybe I'll get Jenna on next season. I don't know if she will.
Good luck with that.
But no, but thank you very much. It was really difficult getting a hold of you, but we got here eventually, and I'm really appreciative of it.
Thank you for having me. As I said, I would have done. We would have done it. It's just finding
Mhm.
the right time, and
Fine.
this was the perfect time.
All right, great. So
Yeah.
have a good one.
Thank you.
All right,
Bye.
bye. Whew. Wow. Thank you for staying on. Oh my gosh. Listen to me, guys. That was nerve wracking. I, first of all, we had some technical difficulties. Fine, that's to be expected. But then I normally script out everything and I couldn't find Microsoft Word on my computer. It just magically disappeared. So I then had to call Adrian, who's my husband, in Jamaica and say, I can't find Word and trying to stay calm because Pollard is already in the studio watching me and like, what going on with this girl? So I stayed in calm, like I just can't seem to find the script. I don't understand where it is. So anyway, thankfully he is very level headed, and he said, Chanel, just go here and get this and da da da. And he told me what to do, and it came up. Fine. Whew. I was like, okay, the end. I'm going to be back to normal again. And then pull it up. It doesn't look exactly like how it looks in Microsoft Word because he told me to use it through preview. So there's no spacing. I can't really see. And I'm like nervous. And so I had to read the intro like 3 times. And I'm thinking to myself, because, of course, now in my head, I'm like, he probably thinks this girl is an amateur, which I am. But, she wasted my time. So on the third time, he was like, don't worry, you can do it. He was supportive. And I think that helped put me at ease too. So anyway, we got there. And it was good. I was nervous, but my nerves eased. And yeah. So for those of you who didn't pick up, I really love cricket. Cricket is like one of my favorite sports. Thanks to my father's introduction of cricket into my life, I played a little bit of cricket at high school, and I just love it. So it was always a dream of mine, really, to somehow interact with cricketers. Initially, I thought it would be as a physical therapist in sports, but there's way too much politics in cricket and in sports in general. And I don't know if it's a Trinidad thing or if it's a Caribbean thing or if it's just sports in general. Just too much bacchanal. And I was like, yeah, this is not my speed. So I never really got into it. So when the opportunity presented itself to possibly have Pollard on, I was like, yes, this is great. So no lie, I would say it's at least a year I've been trying to get this interview. And we came so close so many times to the point where I'm like, oh my God, if this doesn't happen today, that's it. It's not meant to happen. So the lesson is, at least for me, was to never give up because I persisted. And I'm telling you, it's at least a year. It could probably be more, but it's at least a year. I've been going back and forth trying to get this thing, sorted out. So just when you think that you need to give up or move on, keep pushing forward. So that's my lesson for today. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, please like the video. Please share the video. I would love to get you to subscribe to my channel and listen to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to music. It's because of you I'm able to do this, and I'm thankful. I'm appreciative of everything that you do. So thank you for being here and journeying with me. All right, later. Bye.